A World Cup match can change in one moment, and in New Jersey, France thought they had just won the clearest penalty of the night. Kylian Mbappe was flying down the right flank. Sadio Mane was chasing. The crowd could feel danger building. Then came the lunge. Mbappe hit the turf inside the box. French players turned to the referee. Fans waited for the whistle. Even the replay seemed to tell one obvious story. But referee Alireza Faghani did not point to the spot. He pointed for a corner. And what happened next left players, pundits, former referees, and fans completely stunned. Because even after VAR sent him to the monitor, even after the challenge was reviewed again, the referee stayed with his original decision. No penalty. For France, it was disbelief. For Mbappe, it was a moment of shock. And for the World Cup, it became one of the most baffling controversies of the tournament so far. The flashpoint came just before the hour mark, with France taking on Senegal in Group 1. For much of the match, Mbappe had been made to work hard. Senegal were not giving him space. France were trying to find rhythm. The game was tense, physical, and balanced on fine margins. Then Mbappe turned on the speed. He burst down the right side, driving into the Senegal penalty area. Mane, the former Liverpool star, tracked him desperately, trying to stop the Real Madrid forward before he could create danger. But Mane lunged. His challenge did not win the ball. Instead, his leg caught Mbappe, bringing the France captain down inside the box. To many watching, it looked simple. Penalty. But Faghani, the 8-year-old A-League referee, made an extraordinary call. He awarded a corner instead. Mbappe looked stunned. The French players were baffled. And then VAR stepped in. The referee was sent to the monitor to review the incident. This was the moment everyone expected the decision to be corrected. The replay showed Mane's lunge. It showed contact. It showed Mbappe in front of the defender. But after watching it back, Faghani refused to change his mind. His explanation was that Mbappe had looked for the contact. That line only made the controversy bigger. On BBC commentary, Alan Shearer could not understand what he had just seen. He pointed out that Mane lunged and that his left leg caught Mbappe. Shearer questioned how Mbappe could have initiated the contact when he was in front of Mane. His verdict was blunt. The decision was bizarre. And Shearer was not alone. Working for 5 Live, Pat Nevin called the explanation utter nonsense. He said there was no chance Mbappe had initiated the contact and described the reasoning as one of the most nonsensical lines he had ever heard. Then came an even stronger reaction from former World Cup final assistant referee Darren Cann, who was also working with the BBC. Cann said he could not support the referee's decision. For him, it was a clear penalty. He revealed that his phone had been flooded with messages from several of the world's best referees, who also could not understand why the spot kick had not been given. His conclusion was clear. He was extremely surprised Faghani did not award the penalty after a correct VAR review. Online, fans reacted instantly. One called it a stonewall penalty and questioned what Mane was doing. Another said France had been ripped off, pointing out that the defender did not touch the ball. A third simply repeated what many were thinking: stonewall penalty. But while France were furious, Mbappe did not let the moment define his night. Barely 5 minutes after being denied from the spot, he responded in the most powerful way possible. Michael Olise slipped a lovely reverse ball through the Senegal defense. Mbappe read it perfectly, found the space, and produced a brilliant finish to put France ahead. The controversy was still fresh. The penalty decision was still being discussed. But Mbappe had already turned frustration into fire. And that goal carried huge historical weight. With it, Mbappe moved level with Olivier Giroud as France's joint all-time leading goalscorer, reaching 57 goals for his country. A few minutes earlier, he had been left on the ground, stunned by a decision that almost nobody could understand. Now, he was standing level with a national record. Then France struck again. Substitute Bradley Barcola was played in by a sensational through ball from Adrien Rabiot. Barcola kept his composure, chipped the ball over Edouard Mendy, and doubled Les Bleus' lead in the 82nd minute. Senegal were not finished. Ibrahim Mbappe pulled one back, giving Senegal hope and adding tension back into the match. But Mbappe had one more statement to make. Moments after Senegal's goal, he produced a screamer to put France 3-1 up. And this time, history belonged to him alone. That second goal moved Mbappe ahead of Giroud outright, making him France's all-time leading goalscorer. From denied penalty to disbelief to record-breaking glory, Mbappe turned a night of controversy into a night of history. Still, the debate will not disappear quickly. The images of Mane's lunge, Mbappe falling in the box, and Faghani refusing to award a penalty even after a VAR review will be replayed again and again. For France, the frustration was obvious. For pundits, the decision made no sense. For former referees, it was difficult to defend. And for fans watching around the world, it became another major World Cup VAR talking point. But the biggest response came from Mbappe himself. He did not get the penalty, he did not get the call, he did not get the explanation he wanted. So he answered with goals. First, he put France ahead and equaled Giroud's record. Then, after Senegal briefly threatened a comeback, he smashed in another and moved past Giroud completely. On a night that began with controversy, Mbappe ended it with history. And even as the football world argues over one of the strangest penalty decisions of the tournament, one thing is certain. Kylian Mbappe once again found a way to make the biggest moment belong to him.